your name down there in the chat. Let us know where you're from. What is your industry that you are working in? If you can know your NAICS code, go ahead and put the NAICS code down there in the chat. Most importantly, let us know what you need help with. Again, government contracting is about networking and working together to utilize each other in order to solve some problems. So let us know what you need help with, and by all means, if you can help others, go ahead and put that in the chat, as well as what is your contact information so other people can follow up with you. By all means, make sure that you like this information, you share it so other people can experience government contracting and hopefully make a change into their community too. I need your help just as much as you guys are looking for me to help you. The more that you can share this information out, the more that others can learn about government contracting. So again, I do thank you guys. But let's go ahead. Today we will be diving into some free assistance programs out there, definitely for people who are just getting started out in government contracting. You can utilize some of these programs to learn the information before you start making investments. This is something that I did utilize on the back end. I kind of jumped out there early in government contracting and won contracts, and then worked my way backwards to learn things where I messed up. And definitely these programs helped me understand a little bit better. So that's what we'll be going over today. If it is your first time here with me, I do thank you guys. My name is Dr. Travis Davis from the Washington, D.C. area. I am a HBCU graduate, Virginia State University, graduated with a computer engineering degree. Also played football there, ended up shattering my leg, and that was the very first contract that I was introduced to. Didn't know that athletes were on option year contracts, and that's actually a great thing because government contracts are on option year sometimes. So that introduced me to that. Just like everybody else, divorced parents, and ended up being an X9 to 5er. By the age of 25, I did $1 million with government contracts. So you don't need to have all of this experience or all this information. I'm literally telling you guys, like, there's nothing special about me. I just found a customer that needed me. With that, I was able to start multiple businesses now, and it's been generating over 6 figures. We've become an elite government consultant. We've also started a marketing agency, and guys, I'm a master cheater. That's what I focus on. And when you get around me, you'll understand what I mean by becoming a master cheater. There's nothing out there that you've done before or that you're doing right now that somebody else has not already been extremely successful in. So with my consulting and with the way that I teach my students is, we're going to find those individuals who are doing exactly what you want to do. And we're going to focus on their blueprints. Yeah, those footsteps that they leave behind, we're going to pick them all up and we're going to follow directions. And that is why I am the master cheater. And we've been using this information and helping tons of minority business owners excel with their life and, of course, with their finances. Mo, I appreciate you putting your information in the chat. Let me go ahead and pop this up here so I can share this out with everybody who is viewing this. Because again, you know, government contracting, and I'll state this over and over again, it has absolutely nothing to do with me, right? It's really about each and every individual looking to work together. Oh, I need to change some font color. I guess I forgot that my stuff is in black. Yes, my stuff is in black, but I got this, I'm playing with all these features over here, so you guys will see tons of things popping up. Definitely, when you guys start playing with this stuff on the internet, man, there's so many things that you can do and get away with. So by all means, you'll see a couple of features that I got up here. So there we go. We got Mo's information popping up here. So definitely, guys, make sure that you are tapping in with Mo so you can work together. Again, it's all about working together. So I appreciate you for putting that information up there, Mo. So we're going to dive in here to what are the free resources that the government has available for us as minority business owners, just getting started out. And This doesn't just have to be for government contracting, so I don't want you to think that the stuff that I'm going to share with you today just has to be for government contracting. It's really to help you start business, period. I mean, literally, if you're a business starting from scratch, if you're a person starting from scratch, and you don't know this information, which is probably majority of the individuals. Like, again, I didn't know any of this information. I didn't even know about these programs until later. But they're there for you. They're already paid. The government has already written them a check, and they're literally been placed by the SBA programs, other nonprofit organizations in your local government. They're sitting right there in your back door waiting for you to come through the doors. And often we just don't know about them. So today, hopefully I can tell you about them. I'm not going to say that they're the best help. Okay. Every place is going to be different. These are individuals just like you. So that means that, yes, they could have a bad day today, right? So you could potentially walk in their office and today is a bad day and they don't really feel like talking to you. That is a possibility, but we're not going to get emotional about it. We're just going to understand that they are people, okay? As well as, just like people, they don't always know everything. They know what they've been taught. And I always just like to remind individuals, I tell you to follow people who have been where you want to go. These individuals know how to maybe file their business, or they may know how to properly place companies to get in position to win. But they've never ran $1 million business, right? So you can't expect them to teach you how to run $1 million business. I just want you to understand what you're asking for when you go through the door for the person sitting right there. Instead, from these individuals, I'm really wanting to learn how to position myself to win. It's not to run my business. It's how do I market to this customer back there, because you know how to market to them. You know how to get in front of the decision maker, but they don't know how to operate a business. They don't know how to run your business. Hell, they don't even really know how to manage the money to make sure that you're flowing and staying afloat as a business, or else they would have done it for themselves, right? This is what I just want you to understand. Now, if they're sitting over there and they've ran a multi-million-dollar business and they're just retiring, then that's another story, right? They've already successfully done that and they're relaxing, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But again, I always like to find out who I'm talking to and what they've done, so I know what they expect from them. But take advantage of these organizations. Just know what you're going to get out of them. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Again, make sure that if you're just jumping on the live, you put your NAICS code in the chat. We'll go over government contract opportunities a little later and pull those opportunities up for you. Also, make sure that you're liking and sharing, and most importantly, subscribing to the channel so other people can find out about government contracts. The analytics only work with you. If you're sitting on Clubhouse right now, you can click the link at the top and you can come on YouTube and see me live actually maneuvering through these sites so you can see what is going on. Now, where I want to start with everyone today is Sba.gov. Okay, Sba.gov honestly should be everybody's Bible as a business owner. Definitely with a minority business, which is anybody who's not a white male. You definitely want to make sure that the SBA becomes your friend. Again, this is a government organization that has already been put in place to help you. Okay. So what I like to do is, again, start here. If we're looking for federal contracting, that's what I'm talking about. So that's where I'm going to go at. Okay. So right here at this tab, we're going to go ahead, federal contracting. Okay. Tamisha, I appreciate you putting your information there. I'll definitely come back and pop everybody's information up here a little later. Nikki, the vocal coach, hey, and Notary. Ah, that's what's up. I love when notaries come in. I usually have to just tell you guys a little tweak, and you'll start to understand contracting a whole lot better. But thanks for putting that information in there. Now, when we go to the federal contracting tab, if we do click on it, it'll pull the same stuff up that we have in a drop-down guide. But as you can see, we could start right here with the contracting guide. A lot of individuals like, can I do contracting? Is government contracting for me? Well, guys, here's the thing. Just come click right here on basic requirements. Again, federal contracting basic requirements. If you can do it for the federal government, you can do it for the state government, and you can do it for the local government. Okay. So if I click right there on there, if it or whatever pop up here. Come on. All right, so when we look through the basic requirements, what does it say? Do you have a DUNS number? So that's your question. Do I have a DUNS number? And it's telling you what you're going to need for a DUNS number. So again, you just ask yourself this information right here. Do I have this already done? Did I go through and click the link right here to obtain my DUNS number? Now, DUNS will be losing a contract after April, but if you're looking to get in right now today, you're going to have to still get this DUNS number done. So it's telling you right there. The NAICS code. I always ask you all, what is your NAICS code? So you're going to have to need to know your NAICS code, okay? If you know a NAICS code, okay, a NAICS code. Once again, if you know a NAICS code, you can get in. I really want you guys to get in the habit when we look at government to just read the words for what they are. Don't put what the community has instilled in your mind and made up definitions to complete the sentence, right? What I mean by that is we often like to auto-complete sentences like Google. And we're putting extra words in there to make it feel better to us, to make it fit in our mind correctly. But if it says it on the paper, like, that's all I care about is what it says on paper. It's not what my upbringing taught me about that. It's literally like court, okay, based off interpretation. So how'd you interpret the words? And I want you to get in the habit of interpreting words differently, because I'm telling you all right now, 9 times out of 10, you've been taught how to interpret sentences incorrectly. You've been taught how to interpret them as a worker and as not as a business owner. And when I say as a business owner, I mean making and generating revenue off of OPT, other people's time. I don't mean getting a contract and working it with your hands. That's called creating a job for yourself. I want you to be a business owner. So we're going to look to get work and allow others to do it. So you have to interpret these sentences a little bit differently, or else it could confuse you here. All right. So the NAICS code, often asked about, what NAICS codes can I have? How many can I have? Look, you'll also need to match your products and services to the NAICS code. So whatever product or service you have or want to offer or envision yourself doing, well, just go find a NAICS code for it, and you can do as many as you want. Now, I'm not telling you to flood your profile with NAICS code. Pick one, pick two, and go from there. And of course, during my Peer Money GovCon training, I teach you how to cheat, and we quickly go find our NAICS codes. The size standard, guys, look. Here's the thing. I can go into this size standard thing in a big detail, but I'm the type person, I don't like to confuse you with unnecessary information. If you're not up here with 500 employees or around $7 million consistently a year, you're well below the size standard. So we don't even need to have that conversation right there. If you're at that level, then we should be doing a one-on-one, and you shouldn't be watching me on YouTube, okay? So you are fine at the size standard. Did you register your business through sam.gov? If you've been with me on live, we always start sam.gov, sam.gov, sam.gov. You must have your business through sam.gov in order to do government contracting. Now, you'll also see if you want to certify yourself, they're telling you right here, this is what you're going to have to do to get certified as a women-owned business, veteran-owned, hub zone, or a disadvantaged business. You can't just self-certify yourself. You have to get certified through there. But you don't need certification Okay. What does it say? You'll also be able to represent if your business is eligible for contracts, right? Like, you don't have to have this stuff. It says if you are eligible. Okay. And then, of course, you need to maintain compliance. The FAR. I've always said the FAR is the Bible to government contracting. Okay. You want to make sure that you know what the federal acquisition regulations are. Now, this is going to help you to become strategic with winning contracts. I mean, this is the law that they have to do contracts by. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to become a master of the FAR. I will have some courses actually coming out soon here. And Travis knows I'm starting my own school here. But I'll have courses of what you need to know in this FAR. Okay, so you'll be the baddest thing since sliced bread when you walk into these damn offices because you know the rules and regulations. Okay, and lastly, if you're looking to work with the DoD, they're really big on their cybersecurity requirements right now. So you want to make sure that you're getting your business prepared with the CMMC certifications so you can be certified in order to do business with them. Without this, you're not going to be able to conduct business with the DoD. So just keep that in mind. Again, Sba.gov, it has the basic requirements. If you can fit through that, you are ready to go. Now, when it says assess your business, again, you can look up here because you may be asking yourself, am I ready? Well, guys, I think everybody's ready. Me personally, if you're out here and you're trying to do better for yourself and you're willing to get your books in order and believe that you can do this with networking and relationships, you're ready for business to me. But if you would like to read a little more to make sure that you can do this, there's the market research right here. It's telling you links that you can go and do your market research. I often tell you all about fpds.gov. I use that through my research process. So the stuff that it's telling you right here in the beginning, I mean, you're going to have to utilize these strategies all throughout your journey of government contracting. Now, I do have software that I use to help me a little better, but it's nothing like the good old FPDS system. Okay, it's literally going to show you every contract that's been awarded, the dollar amount, who it went to. You can maybe sometimes get a good description right there to let you know if the person had a set aside opportunity, what certifications they got, their address, their phone number, so I could pick up the phone and call the people who already won. And there's a strategic approach to that as well. So there's tons of information right here. And most importantly, everybody says, hey, does the government purchase what I offer? Well, again, if we just come right here to fpds.gov, we don't have to guess about this stuff. If you need to see, believe it, I've told you that they've purchased any and everything from products to services. But if you need to see it to believe it, by all means, come over to fpds.gov and just type right here in your search engine. I mean, I'm trying to think of something. What is something? Does anybody have something that you could put in the chat that you would like to search on FPDS that you think the government may not offer, or you're wondering like, hey, would the government buy this? Maybe it's a service too. It doesn't have to be a product. Does anybody have anything? Drop that down there in the chat of the YouTube. If you have something that you're wondering, would the government buy? Okay, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head that what about hats? Okay, maybe everybody is a clothing designer these days. So what if I put a hat there? Okay, so I put hat in the search engine. I always like to come down here to date signed, click on that, and now I can see what contracts potentially came out for hats. Okay, 3D scanners. Okay, I'm definitely going to look up that one. I believe I've seen quite a few of those. All right, so look, we got hats. I'm not saying that this is a hat contract, but by typing that in, This is what popped up. Now, hat could be in the title of a company's name. I'm not saying this is Google. So we do have to look at this stuff. So we click on view right here. And you have to click on it. Okay, you cannot click anywhere else. It'll give me, of course, the contract number. The date it was last modified. I got the agency who's looking for this, so that could potentially be my customer. I got the person who they purchased it from. I got the person's DUNS number, so I could research them a little bit better. I got their address. I got their phone number. So maybe I could potentially partner with them later on down the line. I see that they're a for-profit organization. Usually this would have, if I'm correct, maybe it's a little later on down there, I'll look. But I was looking for their certifications. If they had any set-asides, it would be right there, I think. But I'll look again. I could tell what type of contract this was. It was a firm fixed price with economic price adjustments, okay? There was only one bidder on this, okay? So it was just them there. This was performed in Illinois. So in my mind, if I was looking at this opportunity, this company, okay, this company, Granger, is in Illinois. The opportunity is in Illinois. So if I'm not in Illinois, I should just leave this alone. That's how I'm thinking, you know. Here's my NAICS code. Here's my PSC code if I wanted to sell hard hats. Okay. So now I got an idea of what this customer, okay, right here, if I was selling hard hats, this is how this customer pursues hard hats. They're looking under this NAICS code with this PSC code. So now I can search a little bit better. I also understand that this is somebody that they like to use, but maybe this was just the Illinois customer of the Federal Acquisition Services, GSA. Well, this is GSA schedule probably that they used. But anyways, I see that that's how they purchase hard hats. So, oh no, they say the number of offers received, it wasn't 999. Okay, I just want to let y'all know. This was probably a phone call because it wasn't like a large dollar amount, $134. There's probably on a vendor list. I mean, something real basic to get this out. But just to show you right there at FPDS how you could do research, okay? So let's come back over here. USAspending.gov is going to be kind of like FPDS.gov, so take advantage of that. Also, later on, I'm going to show you guys a guide. I have all of this stuff in a guide that you can download, so don't think that you have to have it all now. Also, I wanted to go back to FPDS again because we did have, if I can get over to here, we did have the 3D scanners that Tamisha put up here. So let me go ahead and take a look at those. Oh, yeah, I can't even see it. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at 3D scanners. I'm going to go ahead and put that into fpds.gov so you guys can check that out. Got too many keyboards and screens over here. 3D scanner. Now here's the thing with 3D scanners. You're going to get multiple types of contracts, right? You can get a contract where you sell the 3D scanner. You can get a contract where you're servicing the 3D scanner, as well as you can get a contract where you're probably teaching and utilizing the 3D scanner for somebody. So those are different things that you can look into. All right. Good afternoon, Travis and Amber. Thanks for sharing so much important detail. You're more than welcome. I appreciate you for joining us. All right. So 3D scanner. Again, I'm clicked on date signed. As you guys can see, dental equipment. Oh, we got some dental equipment. We got the VA. We got NIH. Again, I'm not saying that these contracts are for 3D scanners without looking at them, but there is something in it that says 3D scanner. It could be in the name of the company, all types of things. So we do have to click and look through. So let's take a look at this one for the VA, $100,000. It could be more. Okay, but no, $100,000. Again, it's with the VA. We can see it's for Sun Nuclear. They're out in Melbourne, Florida. All right. You can see it's a foreign-owned business. They're for profit. They're also in the business of manufacturing goods. All right. Again, they're located in Florida. The place of performance is located in Florida. It was a firm fixed price opportunity. Well, let's scroll down here. 3D water tank 3D scanner. Okay. So now again, you can start looking through this stuff and get an idea and understand that the VA, if that's that 3D thing that you're specializing in, the VA is over here purchasing 3D water tank 3D scanners. I mean, why would you go to anybody else when the data is showing you that only one person, what does that say? Number, oops, sorry about that. What does that say right here? Number of offers received, 1. There's one person right here with a 3D water tank 3D scanner selling it to the VA at $100,000 pop. You have an opportunity to go disrupt that. And it's just that simple. I mean, of course, you need to know strategic approaches on how to disrupt that, and that's when a coach comes into play. But you can go shoot your shot. I mean, it's right here. What do you have to lose? What are they going to tell you? You lost? You can't lose something that you don't have, so you don't have to have a fear of losing. All right. USA spending, we'll take a quick look at here. It's much similar, the same exact thing. I didn't mean to click on it, I meant to right click on it. It's much the same as fpds.gov. It just gives a more updated look and feel to it. Okay, so again, I don't even see good old government. They only had their stuff linked right. So here's the home page of usaspending.gov. As you see, they spent over $3.62 trillion just in the vid alone. I can't say that word out loud. But you'll see it right there of what they spent. You can also come down here and just take a look at how much that they're spending, period. We could take a look at per agency. Again, this is how you're going to start to do a look at what's to come. So if you just take a look back at 2021, they spent $10.1 trillion. You can see every agency that needed what type of money. So, of course, HHS last year got a lot of the funding, naturally. The DOD is always going to be high, but coming into 2022, you'll probably see that they took a larger portion of the budget. All right, if we go look back at 2020, when things really started popping with the vid, as you can see, they really took a lot of the money, okay? And DOD was still up there taking tons of money. We're talking about $2.2 trillion right here. When I say tons of money, this is 1.6 trillion, 1.1 trillion, 1.2 trillion. If we even get down here to the small guys, what is this? This is the pension benefit. They got 6.5 billion, and they the small piece. Like, let me go look down here at the very, very little teeny dot right here. Look, my mouse can barely get on it. That's $818 million that the U.S. Agency of Global whatever spent. What I'm trying to tell you is tons of opportunity. You just got to find them. Like, it's not going to just fall in your lap because you said that I wanted to be a government contractor. But if you just think, like, if you're over here and you're doing, I seen someone, landscaping is a little different because all of these organizations got buildings, and the buildings got to be beautified on the outside. So everybody got landscaping, all these agencies. So that one would mess up my statement that I was about to say here. But let's say you're doing plumbing or something of that nature, right? Everybody don't need your plumbing services. The DOD, I would think, needs plumbing because they're always moving, right? They're always doing stuff and setting up shop and all of that. So plumbers might be needed in the DOD. So HUD, may need plumbers because they're dealing with housing. So I'm thinking about the agency who would need my services the most or my product the most, and then just follow them. Like, okay, well, if it is HHS because I got healthcare equipment, well, why would I come over here to the Social Security Administration with healthcare equipment when I know the Department of Health and Human Services, like, they got to purchase healthcare equipment? So now I want to follow the money. How did they spend the money in 2020, 2021, 2019 on healthcare equipment? Because I just want to follow that path. And who am I going to follow the path with? Proven people who have already done this before. They got to leave blueprints, right? So this is what I mean by researching and following the money. So let me get back over here to Sba.gov. Again, that is usaspending.gov. If you visit puremoneygovcon.com, I did create a new site. If you register on there, you'll be able to download a resource guide that has all of this in the resource guide. All you got to do is click. The federal agencies, they'll always give you what they expect to do for the entire year. Any contracts that they're looking for, not all of them, but a large majority of their contracts will be showed on their forecast. So you can now literally put those opportunities on your pipeline. And you should have opportunities in August, December of the end of this year that you're networking for today at this moment. All right. Of course, they'll give you the story of what's a successful contractor. OK, so if you could fit this requirements right here, like you are ready for government contracting, which, again, I think that's everybody. You should be at that point where you're ready to step into this ballpark, because this is just a customer. I want you to understand that. Government contracting is not the business. They're just a customer. You still need to bring them the business. Okay. All right. Now let's dive into the programs. Okay. So again, what programs are out here to help you out with government contracting? Of course, SBA is everywhere. Okay. They're here to assist you. They're called the Small Business Administration. They're made for small businesses. And if you're just starting out, you are definitely a small business. Okay. So make sure that you start here with them. Then I want you to come over here to local assistance. I believe it may be under federal contracting too. Let me see, just in case others are here. All right. So they do have it right here. You can click on your procurement center representative directories. That's one place that you can go. All right, so I will click there just to stay under the federal contracting tab, and then I'll show you the next tab here. Again, make sure you drop your NAICS code in the chat. We will be looking up opportunities for your NAICS code. I'll show you how to look through that. So make sure you do put it in there. Any crypto consultation? Absolutely. You got crypto. Look, I don't want to get off on a tangent right here real quick, but you just heard the President of the United States. Like, again, we have to listen, not with a consumer mindset that's going to get emotional when a president speaks, but in a business mindset. Can I listen to what the president said? And I'm going to go ahead and pop this question up here on the chat so everybody can see what I'm talking about here. All right. So any crypto consultation and tutorial services. So look, here's the thing. The president told you they don't know anything about crypto. That's what he said on the stage right there. They're looking for research. Well, the government doesn't research crypto. They bring in contractors, and the contractors are going to research and bring the reports. And most importantly, the contractors are going to be the ones who write those rules and regulations. Could you imagine the president of the United States trying to write rules and regulations for cryptocurrency? He couldn't possibly do that. All right. I couldn't find a blueprint on transporting voting machines for a county election. Wondering. All right, so I'll get into that. I'll get into that a little later. All right, so let's go back over here to the Procurement Center Representative Directory. Make sure that you guys are also subscribing, liking, and sharing this information out so someone else can take advantage of this. All right, if you're on Clubhouse too, by all means, you can click the link at the top and join us here on YouTube Live. Now, you can come right here and just look in your area, and you could find yourself the Procurement Center Representative. It should be one in every single state. So again, make sure that you do check it out. These are definitely great individuals to help you specifically with government contracting, okay? The other programs that I'm going to show you over here If we go to our local assistance tab, what I want to come to is right here under resource partners. What we want to look into is the SCORE program. Okay, so you can absolutely come over here as a business. Okay, and and it doesn't have to be government contracting. Do I need help as a business? I can come right here and register with SCORE, and they will guide me through getting a mentor to assist me through that process. Okay, if you are a veteran, again, they have a program right here, the VBOC. You should be very familiar with them. Again, I believe that you should contact these programs even if you quote unquote don't need help. Like, they're people on the government side. Like, I'm on the same side you're on. My voice can only do but so much because I'm not a government employee. Like, I can't just walk through doors. All right. These people they can pick up the phone to individuals and have them answer it. So we always want to make sure that we're building as many relationships as we possibly can on this government side. And if you're like a veteran or service disabled veteran, you want to take advantage of the programs that are right here to help you network a little better. The SBDC, okay, definitely. Again, this is the Small Business, Small Business Development Center. You definitely, again, want to look in your local area. If you come down here to the bottom, you click on here, you can find, you put your address in and you can find the centers near you. Okay, so again, I'll just put mine in. Now, I stated this earlier, not all centers are made the same because they are people. Okay, so sometimes you got to maneuver around and figure out how to get the government to give you somebody else. So for instance, George Mason does a little better job to me than the Baltimore services. So I'm on the Maryland side, and they always try to give me the Baltimore services, but I'm going to figure it out, and I've maneuvered that around. Now with this Find Local Assistance tab right here, you can actually find all the assistance that you need right here. So PTAC programs, I'm sure you've heard of them. If you go ahead and put in the PTAC, same thing, search it. It's going to show you the programs that are around near you. You should schedule appointments with these people. Like, don't just see them and not schedule the appointments. Like, schedule the appointments, meet with these individuals, and express to them where you are. 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you government contracting 101, the basics, because everybody comes to them and has an opportunity to speak with them. So again, I told you they're people. They may think that you're bullshitting. So they'll give you the basic steps to see if you're going to do them or not. It's the same basic steps that I give, right, in my program, because we can't do it without those basic steps. So you're going to get the same basic steps, and you're probably going to be like, oh man, they're not doing anything for me. No, it's because you're not doing anything for yourself. You got to get through the basics before we can get to the pros. Everybody wants to be elite, and you ain't start here yet. Like, you have to start as a little basic joint. Right? It's okay. So did I. Right? Everybody did it. Again, the SCORE mentoring programs you can look up right here if you want to get into the export business. Okay, they have a program right here, the U.S. Export Assistance Center. You can again search it up around your zip code, and it will pull it all up for you. Now, this is all the federal assistance that's around for you. But what about your local assistance? Well, I think that everybody should put in their local county. So for instance, I'll put in Prince George County economic development. See, I always tell you guys, type slow. Google will fill it in for me. Everybody should have a local economic development around them, and you can understand what's going on around you. You don't have to guess about this stuff. You know, people often complain about what's happening into their local community. Well, shit, jump on the economic development so you can see the 10-year plan for your local community. Like, it's all right here. And all they do is come up with the plans. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? They just come up with the work. Somebody still got to produce the work. So this is why I'm telling you to become friends with your local economic development. All you can do locally is try to put enough people together to vote your way. But guess what? If the vote don't go your way, the work still needs to be done. So we're not going to get emotional about anything that happens after the vote goes down. Instead, we're going to make sure that we generate some revenue after that vote goes down, because somebody got to get it. So we're going to make sure that we position ourselves here with these key players who are literally telling you how they plan for the local economy to grow. So have a meeting with them right there. You're also could look at every state should have, and again, I'm just going to do a local or a random state just so you guys can see it's not like I'm not making this out of my behind. It all is the same. We're going to go to Nebraska. I don't even know if Nebraska is a state. Nebraska, disadvantaged business. Disadvantage. You see, guys, I like to type slow because I want to see what Google's going to fill in for me, and because more people could be looking up the information that I'm trying to do. All right, so disadvantaged business enterprise, that's your DBE. Every state should have a DBE. Oops, no wonder why I didn't fill in slow. I guess I typed something wrong in there. All right, so as you can see, the NDOT, usually your programs are going to go through your VDOT program, VDOT, NDOT, your transportation organizations. So if I look in Nebraska, it's the NDOT, okay? That is how I'm going to look up my local state and see what they got going on for disadvantaged businesses. And then I'm going to, again, insert myself right there. The other thing that you should start looking for is Chamber of Commerce. There's tons and tons of Chamber of Commerce. Every state should have a Chamber of Commerce. So like I could put California, okay, Chamber. See how it already popped up? California Chamber of Commerce. This is an organization of businesses, okay? They're literally right there. You need to, again, this is coming in. This is the marketing that we do in government. I don't need the website. I don't need the social media channel. That's why it's hard for me to post sometimes, because I don't really do that for government contracts. You know, I do it to help out other individuals, because the government don't ask for that type of marketing. This is the type of marketing that they need you to do. They need you to make sure that you're spending money. Yeah, I said it. They need you to spend some money on this shit. So you need to make sure that you're joining the Chamber of Commerce organizations. It may cost you like $100. Like, we have to start spending our money more wisely if we trying to jump up to those high dollar amounts, because the people who have the money we seek are sitting at these dinner tables. They're sitting inside of these events. They're not looking for you and making sure that you're posting 3 times a day on Instagram. They're not buying shit off of Instagram. That's not where they buy from. This is why it's very important you know your customer. Who is your customer? We're talking about the government. The government is a customer, not a business. Our customer does not pursue opportunities on the internet. I'm just telling you that right now. But if you want to partner, right? Because if you're looking to subcontract, this is what I want you to understand. When you y'all hear all these jets going around. I live right next to Andrews Air Force Base, so y'all know we in the middle of stuff. This plane is going left and right. But anyways, when you want to subcontract, okay, yes, you're looking to win a government contract, but the customer is not the government. Yes, it's a government contract, but again, that is not your customer. Your customer is the prime contractor. So your customer is the business that happens to be working on a government contract. So with that said, in order to get that customer, you're going to need the internet. You're going to need the social media and all of that sexy shit, right? That is because that's what that customer wants to see. It doesn't win you a contract. It helps you build relationships, okay? So you can potentially win those contracts. So we do got to have a little mixture of both here, but I don't want you to think that you need to have all that sexy internet stuff in order to do government contract. And that's the last thing that we need. All right, so Chamber of Commerce, definitely make sure that you check that out. Another organization that I wanted to tell you guys about, let me come here to Sam.gov. It is the the president, again, just dumped a lot of money into this program, so that's why I wanted to tell you about it. Let me click on more partners. And anytime you go to a .gov site, again, that's government sites. We shouldn't be on no .com sites representing the government, or no .org representing the government. The government is going to be on .gov, okay? This Minority Business Development Agency, everybody needs to look that up immediately. All right, you definitely need to schedule an appointment with your Minority Business Development Agency. It may not be one built in your area yet, but it's coming. Okay. The president has put a lot behind the MBDC, I believe is the abbreviation that they're calling themselves. Government loves the acronyms or whatnot, so get used to that. Or the MBDA. Okay, so that's what they're going by. But make sure that you check them out. Schedule an appointment with them as well. And again, we could come right back here to sam.gov and you can see all of these different agencies. Of course, these are websites that can help you. Grants, everybody asks about grants. Grants.gov is where you want to go find grants. For disaster relief, like maybe something went down, or you could provide a service. Okay, FEMA, listen, you can make a lot of money in FEMA during hurricane season. I mean, again, if you focus on how FEMA purchases, you can position yourself to go through FEMA, because FEMA doesn't go through the regular proposal process. They don't have time. Could you imagine a hurricane comes through the night, or a tornado comes through the night and wreaks havoc, and now you're telling them we got to go through a 30-day proposal process in order to get your stuff, or however long that proposal process is? FEMA can't do that. Okay, so if you position yourself with FEMA, you could potentially, during disaster season, I mean, line yourself up for millions of dollars just during that season. Like, you're off during December or whatnot, unless you up north and you maybe want to work with snow or something of that nature. But imagine all the money that got made in Houston when it just got too cold. Every electrician, engineer from the north had to go down south, and the checkbook was open. Do you hear me? I mean, y'all hear all these jets, they just keep coming all day long. But again, the checkbook got open because FEMA don't have time to play around. They have to resolve problems immediately. So that could be something that you want to look into. Anytime you want to get down with DOD, I mean, again, they're their own beast. You got to get through the government door, and then with DOD, you got to get through the DOD door. So you got to figure them out, okay? But once you're in there, you're in there. All right. So the National Technical Information Services, again, is another great program that can help you out if you're on that side of the field. Other than that, I mean, really, it's really looking up. Once you can understand your organization, is the OSDBU. All right, you have to get familiar with the OSDBU, and as you can see, as I type slow, what does that say? OSDBU for USAID, that's the international. GSA, DOS, Department of State, HHS, Health and Human Services, the OSDBU for Council, the OSDBU for the SBA, the OSDBU for HUD, the OSDBU for Department of Education. You need to know what agency you want to work with, and then you need to reach out to the good old OSDBU here. The OSDBU is going to change your life. Do you hear me? So make sure that you are building those relationships with the OSDBUs. All right, so we're going to dive in here now and switch over to the NAICS code. Again, drop your NAICS code in the chat and I'll look up some opportunities for you. If you don't know what your NAICS code is, then come back next time and bring your NAICS code. I'll be here every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you are liking this information, sharing it, and most importantly, subscribing to the channel, because I need to defeat the analytics, and I can't defeat the analytics without your help. So again, I appreciate each and every one of you all helping out with that. Now, I am going to dive into some software to look for these opportunities, opposed to going through the free softwares. Guys, you know, you could just go back to the lives and see how I look through the free opportunities there. So let me go ahead and look here under search. Okay. Let me see the first NAICS code that we are going to use here. Who was it first? I believe it was Miss Rocks. All right. There it is. My coffee rocks. I hope your coffee rocks. Now, I don't drink coffee. I don't know anything about coffee, but I hear it's great. I watch all the people drink coffee all day long. All right, so let me go ahead and put this in here. We're going to do status. We're going to go to forecast. We're going to go to pre-RFP. This means that I'm looking for opportunities that have not come out yet on the street. Right? I don't want anything that's on the street, so I can give myself time to prepare. So 423450. Let's see what we got here. Medical, dental, and hospital equipment. All right, I like it. I like it. Let's hit search right here. What do we have totaling up for this? All right, let's see. Let's see. We got 7 opportunities. Okay, they don't actually have a dollar amount on them yet. They are in the pre-RFP stages, so they haven't come out yet. Ample time to get yourself in front of the customer and start talking to them, so you could potentially win these opportunities here. So we'll just take a quick look. You have enhanced laboratory support. This is coming out of the Bureau of Medical Services and the State Department. You got durable medical supplies coming out of Homeland. We have laboratory pathology supplies, PIMC, no clue what this stuff is, Health and Human Services, and right directly with the Indian Health Services. Now, I'll just give you a nugget right there. I ain't telling you don't look into it, but don't look into it. Anytime Native Americans got something, or Alaskan Natives, just look the other way. And usually with Indian Health Services, they got it. So they got a little unfair advantage, which I don't know how black people ain't got, but that's a story for another day. Life Pack 15 V4 equipment. No clue what this is, but the Air Force. So you got the Air Force, the VA, the Air Force, the Army. So I would definitely be looking in DOD. If I was in your shoes, DOD would be a customer that I would get myself prepared for. The State Department, maybe. I wouldn't worry about these other ones. DOD was where I would position myself in, because I seen multiple opportunities popping up right there for them utilizing that NAICS code. So I hope that helps you out there. JDL, man, I appreciate the kind words. I truly do. Notary Services, hey, what's going on? Yes, the government does have notary services, so don't think that and I'm glad I said that there. So notary services, I want you guys to not always think about the government as having a contract for a notary service, right? But if you can understand the process of government contracting, just think about who needs to get a notary, like who needs to get stuff notarized, because then that's how I would position myself. You know, any contracts that are coming out, I would make sure that, you know, I position myself there for all of the contractors who are going to need that notary service, just to show up and let them know I'm a a mobile notary, as well as there should be things that you're just doing with your notary service on the private sector side. Google My Business. Just a tip right there that your business name should be like your local area. So in Prince George's County, I would call my business, if I was a notary business, Prince George's County Mobile Notary, and then put it in Google My Business, because the way that I keep telling you guys to type slow, I'm thinking of a person looking for notary services. So they would probably type in notary services near me. So I put Prince George's County Mobile Notary so I can pop up for near me people looking for notary services, and then I'll take over Google My Business. But that's the story for another day. That's my marketing spiel right there, because I love marketing. So you just you caught me right there. So that's how you can go about notary service. Pest control, lawn care, building material, absolutely tons of contracts for that. Crypto, okay, I love this one right here. I just want to show you guys something real quick, because a lot of these people are out here talking about cryptocurrency, and again, man, the government ain't new to this stuff. Okay, it's just the consumer mind who thinks that the government's new to this stuff, and they keep instilling false beliefs on other people and lies. And it really irritates me sometimes, but you know, I can't stop the whole world. But if I put in crypto right here, again, if I just look at, I mean, guys, you can see 2015, man. You think Strong Crypto Innovations LLC wasn't over here talking to the Social Security? I mean, let's just see what was happening in 2015. I'm not saying this is a crypto contract because they got the name crypto in it. So it could have just been pulling up the name. But let's see what the Social Security Administration wanted with a company like that. Maintenance and renewal of NetSparker professional software. Again, I don't know what NetSparker is, so we would have to look into that a little more to figure out what is NetSparker, right? That could have something to do. But let me actually change crypto to blockchain, because that's what the government's using. All right. So now that I'm here in blockchain, all right, you can see that they really start stepping it up with this keyword blockchain in 2020. Okay, so we could have started in crypto in 2015, but now it looks like, you know, and again, I only know this from dealing with them, blockchain is a word that's being utilized some more. So I can, again, do my research here and see what's coming out down the pipeline. And again, I'm not saying that this stuff is like all cryptocurrency. You gotta look, okay? The moral of the story is here, okay? $36,000. What is this with the immigration? What was the immigration doing? Blockchain forensics and analytics support. Sound like some research shit to me. But without actually digging into the contract, I wouldn't know exactly what it's telling you. But as you can see, blockchain has been around. Blockchain is being utilized by the government. They ain't new to this. They true to this. The question is, are you new to getting the customer called the government to spend you some money in cryptocurrency instead of asking the world to buy your cryptocurrency book for $10? Like, the government over here waving their hand. Hell, the president literally went on stage to let you know, I don't know nothing about this, but we're going to start putting some rules and regulations around this stuff. See, the consumer still complaining or joking about how much Bitcoin went down based off Biden's talk. Well, my mind, when is somebody going to go talk to Biden? Like, are you just going to keep letting these white folks talk to Biden about blockchain and cryptocurrency? Or are you going to just, like you don't have to just sit back, man. It baffles me, and this is why I'm here. This is why I'm talking right now, because I just don't understand the shit that's coming out of people's mouths sometimes. Like, you do not have to sit back and just wait for shit to happen to you. The president went on stage yesterday and said that they're looking to put regulations around cryptocurrency. This man He ain't even got Coinbase on his phone probably. He probably don't even own no cryptocurrency directly, but maybe his kids are telling him about it. Maybe as a family member acknowledge it. Now he has to put a team around him, and they don't just have a team of cryptocurrency experts that they sent to school. These are contracts. They talking about the money coming back for the IRS and PPP loans. Do you think that the IRS is smart enough to figure out how they got scammed? Listen to what y'all. Do you think the IRS is smart enough to figure out how they got scammed? No. What do? They bring in a scammer. Scammer, can you teach us how we getting scammed so we can put rules and regulations around the scammers? Oh, by all means, if you pay me $10 million, I'll teach you how to do it. And I'll make sure that, I dot every I and cross every T for 10 million. I'll even snitch for you for 10 million. Like, just look over there. You know what I'm saying? We'll lock it all up. They need you. They cannot do this stuff without you. I got to get everybody to understand that portion of it, all right? Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. Now let's go back to government contracting, okay? So let's go over here back to Gov, win, and look for our opportunities here. So hopefully that showed you exactly for that NAICS code. I forgot which NAICS code that was. We'll go on to the next one. Crypto, I couldn't find a blueprint on transporting voting machines for a county election. Wondering if you could find a bid for me on compare that. All right, so again, Mo, see what you just put right there. I couldn't find blueprints on transporting voting machines for county elections. So the stuff that I'm showing you on this site is for federal, so that's not going to pull up because that's a county issue. That's a state issue. So again, I want you to think about voting, right? When it came down to voting and the elections came in, didn't every state hold their own election and start doing their own thing and their own recount and all? Every state is its own entity. A voting machine isn't a federal problem. That's a state problem. So you need to look through the state systems to find those blueprints. It could be the state tells every local county government that they're in control of their own voting machine. So it could be a county issue, but it's definitely not a federal issue, and nothing that I'm going to show you here is going to pull up voting machines. Instead, in this mindset, if you can transport voting machines, I need you to have the mindset that you could transport toilet urinals, that you could transport any damn thing. When I say you could transport anything, because I'm pretty sure you should have some trucking relationship friends if you've been transporting, that if you win an opportunity to transport missiles across from DC to California, that you can call some truck drivers up and get these missiles transported. The Army is who you need to look in for transportation of things. The Army, the military, they're the ones transporting shit all day long. I mean, the consumers, they're laughing and just paying attention to the emotional shit. I watch people post all the tanks that were being transported. In my mind, I'm like, well, shit, is somebody going to figure out how they can get involved with transporting the tanks, or are you just going to keep watching these companies transport the tanks across these state lines and taking pictures of the shit? Like, and sometimes we got to smarten up. That company that just transport all them tanks that you spent 10 minutes wasting your time taking pictures and video, and then another 10 minutes posting it to your friends, and then another 15 minutes answering, responding, and then another 20 minutes going to check it all day long to see if you got more likes and shares. That's a waste of goddamn time to me. Instead, you could have took that time to figure out how to transport the trucks yourselves. And when I say transport it yourselves, who can I call? See, I use these social media accounts to figure out how to build my network up. So when I find a transporting contract, I can call the people that I didn't play around on social media with. I met on social media with a purpose, because I know they got trucks to transport. Because the government didn't tell me I got to transport the shit. The government said, can I find some people who can transport? Can I put it together and do good business? If I can do good business, I can do this contract. Like, this stuff is simple, but we just make it hard. We do not have to make this process hard for ourselves. All right? So, hopefully that puts you on the blueprint for transportation. 541-611. Oh, I love my 541s. Okay, I am a 541-519 guy. 541-611. That's usually in your little tech side of the house. Admins sometimes under there too. But the little 541 babies, right? So let's put that in. 541-611. Monica, Administrative Management and General Management Consulting Services. All right. See what we got here. You're going to have a whole lot, Monica. I'm not even going to lie to you. See? So this is where you got to, because of that 541 NAICS code, what do you see? We have 644 opportunities that are coming out. For a total of $26 billion with an average of being $40 million. So when you go under that NAICS code, we're talking about big dollars right here. So not to scare you away from these opportunities, but this is where you need time to build a team, right? All you need is time. That's the only thing that's stopping you from winning these large opportunities is time. People don't give themselves enough time to be competitive. Like, you have to put together a winning team in order to go after this stuff. You're not going after this shit by yourself. And the reason, you could knock it out the park by yourself. I'm not even going to say that you can't knock it out the park. But these look at what it said the average dollar amount is. $40 million. Do you think you're about to be the only person looking at $40 million? I like to be real. Like, do you think that you're going to be the only company looking at $40 million and you just started this process? This is why I'm telling you need time to become competitive, because you need to know how to play. You got to learn who the players in this game is, because they need to become your friends, because that's the only way that you're about to win this contract. They not about to let you come take food off their table just because you decided to wake up and say that you was a government contractor today, like some people make it seem to believe. See, you can go win you a $5,000 contract today, like some little credit card shit. I don't teach that, because that's just a phone call. I mean, that process ain't hard. But this right here, this space that I'm talking about playing in right here, which I think everybody should be playing in, this takes strategy. You got to learn how to talk. You got to learn how to communicate. You got to learn how to build relationships. You got to learn how to follow up with people. You got to learn how to stay organized. You got to learn how to work deals on the fly, right? But you guys see, like, we already looking at some of this stuff. So I don't want you to think that we ain't looking. I told you that 541 space is my baby. So I don't even, it's so many opportunities out here. I really don't even know where to tell you to start with this one. You really got to go through and search. And again, anything, you can do anything. Explosive instructional support. I might have to do this one. Explosive instructional support services. I just got, we might have to handle that one. But there's so much stuff that you could do here. Again, if you're not thinking about your hands doing it, you can realize that you could do a whole lot more, because essentially you're just hiring people to do this work. That's it. Nothing special to it. I don't know if I got that Maryland opportunity. I don't see if I could find it, but I'm currently right now looking for an opportunity. It's some software called ULive. So I got the pricing for the ULive down, but they need instructors to come in and teach the ULive software. All I did was look, man, I don't want you guys to think that I'm telling you something that I'm not doing. Let's see if LinkedIn still has my stuff pulled up in the search history. All right. Because, again, I don't have to think about this stuff. See, most people go on LinkedIn and trying to get all fancy with business. Look, man, I use these platforms for what they are, and they're just there to help me, not entertain me. I'll be damned if I'm going on these platforms for entertainment. When they allow me to reach everybody across the world, I think it's crazy that people not utilizing these platforms for business and just entertainment. But hell, if people want to be entertained, there's a business for that too. So if I come right here, my computer is struggling. I do have that new Mac Studio that's coming in. I'm just waiting for it to come in so I can produce this stuff for you guys way faster. But I didn't know that I was going to go down this route. All right. So all I did was type in ULive. All right. I was trying to see if it pulls up Did anybody respond to me? I don't know. I'm trying to see if anybody responded to me so far, because I need this instructor. Oh, my bad. It's not you live. It's actually you. Wow, I believe. But the moral of the story is, I sent this stuff out to these individuals because all I had to do is find out who got it. Like, I'm trying to see if somebody responded to me. Was this the guy? I don't know. I don't really be opening up all these messages, so I can't keep up with everybody. I got too many messages all over the place. That's my problem. But everybody who I need help from want to charge me crazy prices to help with this internet stuff, and I'm not really that deep into the internet, so I don't want to pay it. I just help people out when I can. But anyways, you go there, you can type in, this is a search engine to find people. Like anything that you need. Oh, Live View. There we go. That was I put you live. It was Live View is the name of the software. So when I put in Live View, oh my God, look at all the people that I found. They asked me for educators on Live View. I don't even have to think about this stuff. Like, oh my goodness, LinkedIn did all the work for me because they told you to put in your profile all your experience. Oh my God, LinkedIn, thank you for doing my job. All I got to do is search. Oh, y'all know how to search, man. We can search for all the shit that we want in life. You can find that best car that you want, them shoes, that purse, that hat, that video game, that movie, that ticket. Like, you know how to search. That's why I can't listen to people when they making excuses when I go look at their Instagram that they're entertaining the world on, and they're showing how they're finding the latest memes. You know what I'm saying? If you can do that, you have the skills to do this, okay? Find the person that literally knows about Live View. And guess what? When I searched through Live View and I came up here, I actually clicked on people, right? They told me instructors. They even had it in here, like directors and management of Live View, like instructors of Live View. Like, oh my God, thank you for doing my job. Now I just got to get them under contract, show them the scope of work that they were going to need to do. They're going to go ahead and say, yes, I can do it. They'll tell me the price. I'm not going to go off of one of those individuals. I'm going to go after 6 of those individuals to figure out who will give me the best price. And now all of a sudden I got my bid, man. It's just that simple. If you make it any harder, then you're creating a job for yourself. And I'm not in the business of creating jobs. I'm in the business of creating a business. And we utilize other people's time to make us money. Now, are they going to make more money off of this deal than me? Absolutely. But guess what? They have to spend 3 hours of their day, 8 hours each one of those days teaching that course. I don't have to spend anything. I just got to make sure that they teach the course and I get my money. And we are done. And I know the government's going to give me my money, so I ain't got to worry about that. All right. So hopefully that helps you out there, Monica. I know that 541 is deep. I can't lie. The 541 is deep. LaRon McClay, what's going on? We're going to look up yours. Again, if it's your first time here, make sure that you are liking, subscribing to the channel, commenting under here. We're putting our NAICS code in here so I can find and look up opportunities for you. We just got finished with the 541, baby. They have tons of money under the 541 NAICS code, okay? We're about to look up LaRon McClay's at 561-612. The 561 boys. I'm trying to remember what they are. I like remember, well, hopefully memorizing some NAICS codes. There's a lot of them out there. 561-612. What's out there in the world for you? Ooh, bars. Security guard and patrol services. Oh, they sure don't need that. That's another thing that you could get involved in. You don't have to have all of the licenses and all of that stuff, man. You just need to know somebody who do. All right, so we got 232 opportunities available for that, with a total of $13 billion, with the average contract value being $57 million. All right, so again, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to look through. I would tell you, anytime there's a bunch of opportunities like that, I'll tell you guys to sort by your local state. They're making And I'm not saying to, like, this is not making it a state opportunity. I'm telling you to sort by the place of performance. Is it locally? Because chances are that they will want to award it to a local business. So that's why I'm telling you to go look locally. But tons of opportunity out there for you. I can't really look through all of these, but you could see that there's plenty. Again, you can utilize fpds.gov or usaspending.gov, figure out who's been spending money before, as well as going to sam.gov. These opportunities will pop up on sam.gov. They're not just pulling this stuff out of their behind. It's coming from government websites already. I just have software that pulls from all the sites. All right, so hopefully that helps you out there, LaRon. Tons of opportunity for you. I appreciate the kind words. I truly do. Coffee, I'm glad that we were able to get you straight there. Again, if you'd like to learn more about it, puremoneygovcon.com. You can check us out. I'm ready to talk offline. You spoke to me on Clubhouse the other day. I want to help. I appreciate you. I definitely do. We'll have that conversation. If you shoot me an email, info@officialtravisdavis, we could do something there, or shoot Amber a DM. We can work that out. Consistent 5 to 10K contracts would be nice. Hey Mike, I love what you're saying there, Mike. I want you to put some zeros behind that, man. 5 to 10K ain't enough. And again, I hate that I'm picking on you right now, Mike, but it's a good picking. All right, it ain't no bad picking that I'm picking on you. This is the reason why I'm telling you, Mike, I can't allow you to settle for 5 to 10K. It sounds sweet, man. Look, I commend you for saying that number, but anytime you're around me, Mike, man, we got to 10X that. The reason I cannot allow you to limit yourself to 5 to 10K a month to be sweet, Mike, is because anytime I open up usaspending.gov, I look at a customer that just spent $3.54 plus trillion in just a couple of years. And then if I scroll down again, Mike, and I just look at the data, I can't make this stuff up. This is why I need you to get out of the consumer mindsets and get over here to big business. I cannot tell myself that I'm okay with just 5 to 10K when I have a customer that showed us that $10.1 trillion must have been spent out of their purse last year. And then I look the year before and I see in 2020, $9.1 trillion got spent out of their purse. And I'm telling myself I only am okay with $5,000 to $10,000. I cannot allow you to have that mindset. Not over here, not with this pure money gang. Hell nah. So I appreciate it, Mike, but I want you to go bigger. All right. Travis, this is Monica. You are more than welcome. Appreciate you. What is the code for IT help desk? 541519. And the URL you're using, I'm not sure what I put right there. Yeah, not sure what I had right there. CPU Guru. But there's tons of codes for IT help desk. That's why I tell you look through fpds.gov, see who's spending the money and what you want to do, so you can understand what NAICS code they're utilizing for IT help desk. And IT help desk is pretty broad as well. You got to really dive down into that. I love it, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, by all means, this is definitely something that you could double your salary in. What I advise you to do if you're working right now, don't leave that job. Hell no, don't leave that job. Instead, you should be doing exactly what you're saying right here, Mike. How do I double my salary? But again, I don't want you to look at 5,000 to 10,000 as doubling your salary when you could go win $1 million contract and you got more than enough money that quadruples your salary, right? While you were at work, because I told you I'm not teaching you how to build a job for yourself. I'm teaching you how to build a business, which means other people are going to do the work anyways. So you should be building your business while you're at work, because everything that I talk about is making money off of what I call OPT, other people's time. So it don't take none of your time to do none of this damn work I'm talking about anyway. So don't you leave that job until you start winning these contracts that other people are doing the work. And now you done doubled your money. Not only did you double, quadruple your money, Mike, but most importantly, you're now buying back your time. That's what I'm all about. You know, people come at me for talking about money all the time, call me cocky, arrogant, and X, Y, and Z. It's not that. I care about my time 10 times more than I care about anything else in this world. And I know in order to get my time freedom, I need this thing called money. I don't care what you say about money, how you feel about money. If you wake up and open your eyes every day and go out of a door that you don't want to leave at that moment because somebody tells you you have to leave at that time, I know that you don't have control of your time right now. And it's okay, because I was there too. You know what I'm saying? But the mindset, you can't be stuck following somebody's directions until you're 60 plus years and they say that you can retire. And then if you look at your elders like I look at mine, they still can't retire. So what I'm telling you, Mike, is I want you to stay there, but I want you to make sure that that $5,000-$10,000 goal, man, that's maybe in one contract to get my feet wet, to get confidence up. But you heard me on here live tell you that you deserve $1 million contract. Go get a $500,000 contract. Hell, go get a $100,000 contract. But what I do not want you to do is limit ourselves to a worker's salary. That's what you just told me right there, Mike. I want $5K to $10K a month. That is a worker's salary. See, I tell my team I want $50 million in my pipeline because I'm expecting to get 5 in return. You just got to get yourself around different people so you can change your words up. And I'm telling you, words have a tremendous power on our thought pattern. That's why I'm telling it to you like this. I'm not trying to beat you up or anything of that nature. No problem, Trap. All right, let's see. 541921. Another one of them 541 babies, okay? Let's go check this out. All right, a couple more minutes. We will be getting out of here soon. Again, make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing this information out. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. Let the world know about what's going on, because there's more than enough contracts around here for everybody. Oh, photography studio. I love it, man. I love it. That's actually what You Live or Live You is about. That stuff, multimedia. So they have one opportunity right here. I'll check this one out. It is a women-owned set-aside. So that's him. I guess that wouldn't work for you. That's him. But when I say that wouldn't work for you, that doesn't mean that you can't get this contract. That means that you're just going to have to bring a women-owned business to be the front street, and you can be the subcontractor for them. But this is what I get to do with the software. My live previously actually showed some other software that does essentially the same type stuff. But now I can see a little more information. You know, I can see the contract officers who are over top of it. All of the NAICS, this is the company who won it before. So I could start checking this company out, doing my research, seeing if they're good at what they do. And what does it say? The incumbent contract has a base of all options value. All right, so they have a $3.5 million contract right here. I'm pretty sure there's a little under $1 million for every year. But yeah, they're just in the, oh no, I believe it's about to come up. All right, so it expires in 2023. So again, this might be something that you would put on your, what are we in, 2022? Are we in 2022? Yeah, we're in 2022. So maybe you put this on your pipeline at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. I'm networking towards this opportunity right now. And again, you're going to need that women-owned business to make that happen. So hopefully that helps you out there. Now, photography and things of that nature, a lot of times the dollar spend isn't up there. So that's more so relationship building that you're going to have to call. And again, I would take that over into FPDS, see who's spending money, because not everybody's going to be spending $3 million in photography, videography. So it wouldn't show up in this format. Instead, fpds.gov is going to show you the lower ticket format, so now you can get a customer and understand who's buying what you got. I hope that makes sense. All right, 561720. Take a look at that one really quick here. I'll take a look at where are we at. Yep, we're almost done with that one. Oops. All right, what is it? 561720 from Trap. What's happening, Trap? All right, so let's get back here. I need to go to pre-solicitation. Come on. Pop up. telling you guys, we're getting better. The more you guys support me, I'm buying new equipment so we can go faster with this stuff. But again, I just got the new laptop so I can provide this information to you guys faster. So, well, no, I didn't get the laptop. I got the studio. 561720. So we'll be getting a little better. Janitorial services, a huge one, huge one, huge one. All right. Now everybody again could look at becoming a janitorial business. Okay. Again, I'm not telling you to do it yourself. If y'all don't know how to pick up this call, Google my business. You know what I'm saying? That's strategic approaches. This is why y'all got to get into the program, man, so you guys can learn how to be strategists at this stuff. But there's 214 opportunities with a total of $3 billion, with the average one being $12 million. You got the Army, the Air Force, the Army, the Air Force, DHA, which is Defense, still DOD, Army, Navy, the VA, Transportation, Homeland, Army. Guys, the moral of the story right here is DOD is spending a lot of money, a whole lot of money in janitorial services. Again, here's the thing that you got to do. Get your business registered. I showed you guys earlier about that CMMC and making sure that you can do business with the DOD. You get your business qualified to do business with the DOD, you just eliminated a lot of competition. Everybody ain't got their business prepared to do business with the DOD. They may be prepared to do business with the government, but they ain't prepared to do business with the DOD. So if you prepare your business to do business with the DOD, I told you the government is in the world of doing business with individuals who can explain that they can accomplish a goal. So when I write that proposal and I have my team, how am I going to build my team? Well, again, all I got to do is go through fpds.gov, find people who have already been good at doing janitorial services and partner, figure out which strategy of the partnership I want to go. I can either find companies that are already doing janitorial services with the DOD, and maybe they're not looking at the Navy. They've only been over in the Army, or maybe they're a women-owned business and this is coming out for veteran-owned. We could partner. Or maybe they're at Department of Energy and they can't come in the DOD space because they haven't gotten all their paperwork stuff straight. This is the part where you have to come up with your own strategic approach, and this is the part where some people get frustrated with me because I tell you, hell, if you're asking me to do this for you, either you're going to pay me a consulting fee because that's what you're asking me to do, become your consultant, or I'm about to get a percentage of this contract, a very nice size percentage of this contract, and you still gonna pay me the consultant fee, just a little lower than my average consultant fee. But I'm not about to do your strategy for you. Like, I'm telling you over here on all these things, multiple ways to come up with a strategy, but that's your job to figure it out for yourself of how you're going to do business. If I gotta do it, then that's going to be me doing business, and I'm going to continue doing business with contracts with you and the government. All right. Woodbridge, my man Mike in Woodbridge, that's my hometown out there, the bridge. I went to Hilton High School. All right, this is going to be the last one that we look up with my man Wilson right here. Again, I appreciate all you guys putting your information in here. All right, we're going to look up 531. We're going to look up Wilson's NAICS codes. Let me go ahead and put that up here. Again, I thank all of you all for tuning in with me today and giving your input. Can startups get qualified for DOD? Absolutely. Yeah, don't ever limit yourself. You know, startups sure enough can get qualified with the DOD. But remember, it's always great to partner. You know, I always advise look to partner in this space, unless you're selling products or something of that nature, or doing like painting or something like that, where you don't really need a partner for. Then nah, I wouldn't need a partner. But I mean, you know, sometimes it's great to get a partner even when you don't need a partner. I hope that makes sense. That's how I really excelled in this. I could have won opportunities by myself, but why? When I could, those same opportunities that I could win by myself, by me putting a partner on my team for what I knew that I could win to bring them opportunity, it opened up floodgates for them to bring me other opportunities. So that could always be a strategic approach that you utilize. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have no damn clue what those NAICS codes are. Wilson, I've never seen those NAICS codes before. I've never used them. I got it, man. Matter of fact, I need to go back and read them again. Let me go back and read these. What does it say? Lesser residential buildings and dwellings. Oh, all right. So leasing. All right. Yeah, leasing. All right. I'm with you. We good to go. All right. Yeah. So with the leasing, okay, government is the largest real estate dealers in the world. All right. Don't nobody got more property than the government. And what I mean by this, okay, the government doesn't own property. All right. They're not in the business of ownership. That's definitely not what they want to do. They are in the business of renting, leasing. So again, however you look at this stuff, I don't look at leasing. What I love about the government, I don't need a license to be a real estate agent. Right? That's what the real estate agents need license, because their customer are people who require to have license to conduct business with them. The government ain't asked me to do that, man. They ain't asked me to get no license to be a real estate agent to them. See, now we have to change the definition of real estate agent, because, a real estate agent into the real world are these people that sell the houses and commercial buildings to the private sector of the world, which is the consumer. So yeah, they need licenses. But the government puts out a requirement and they say, hey, I don't need you to drive me around and know all the rules and regulations. These are the rules and regulations that we are about to go by. These are the specs that I want you to have in this building. Can you do it or can't you do it? If you can't do it, then I don't want to do business with you. If you can do it, then hey, let's do this business right here. Now, at no time did they say that I needed a license to do that. But here's the other kicker. They also didn't say that I needed the building. They asked, could somebody out there find these requirements, these specs, and make the business happen? Well, I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard this term called subleasing, right? That's essentially all we're doing right here. You're going to find the person who got the specs that already got that building. They got the 4 garage bay doors on it that can fit 15 parking spots and is 20,000 square feet like the government asks, and is in a 3-mile radius of the zip code that they gave. Again, I'm just throwing stuff out there. You need to read the contract to see what they're requiring. But once they tell me what they require, I can do something smart. Well, I know that real estate agents, what did I tell you? Real estate agents know how to be real estate agents, and real estate agents know how to look at requirements and find properties. Well, let me go call up a real estate agent. I don't need a home real estate agent. I need a commercial real estate agent. So now that I find them up, I tell them the specs. What do? They find the building for me. My job just got completed. Now I need to call the person up and tell them exactly what I'm trying to do. See, I'm not going to tell them I'm a contractor with the government. I'm going to tell them I'm working with the government, because people, words and emotions play off of people. So I'm going to tell them I'm working with the government, so they put down that wall, and then we could talk business. And they're going to tell me how much they're going to lease the property to me for, and then I'm going to put my markup on it and let the government know how much I'm going to lease it to them for. And everybody's going to play their parts. Of course, I know I made that sound real simple, but it really is something like that. You just need to now make sure all the I's and T's are dotted as far as the requirements that the government's asking for in that building. But I mean, as you can see, all of these opportunities, leasing opportunities pop up every day with the government. So definitely, go through that stuff. It's really that simple. And the other beauty about leasing to the federal government, you can lease all across the world. Yeah. You could lease something right here from I could lease from Maryland and California right now, and never took a step on the building or nothing in California, because that's not what they asked me to do. I need you to understand, the government's never asking you to work. They're just asking you to connect the dots. It's your mind that makes you work. Quick thing with photography right here. I know that popped up again, but it just reminded me. Again, sometimes we don't have to always look at the contracts. I just need you to think in photography. Do you know what happens every year? Do you know what happens every 2 years? Do you know what happens every 4 years? Elections. Anytime there is election, that means new pictures and new videos got to come out. Just call your local politician. Like how many, I could guarantee that every photographer that comes on this live and watches this video or ever comes across any of my social media channels, I can almost bet, I'm willing to bet $5,000 that the photographer has never once knocked on their local politician's door and congratulating them on winning and asked, do you need some photos? Do you need some video? I know they need the shit. It ain't really that I'm asking, do you need it? I know you need the shit and there's a budget for it. Like you need it every time. So that's where I would focus. I mean, again, that could be a $11,000 day to take some pictures an hour down at the monument or something. I don't hell. Maybe they are in Nebraska and they want to fly to DC to take pictures. Well, guess what? You just got yourself a free flight, some free food, a hotel, and the whole nine. Like we have to smarten ourselves up, right? And understand. Just ask ourselves for a second: who needs us, right? Who needs us? And that will solve a lot of the problems. But we got to not get emotional about when we ask ourselves that. Even the camera guy, if the president is going to sit on TV, don't you see all them flickering and flashing going on back there? I mean, it's the White House. They need it. You're looking at your local governor. They need it. The answer's right there on TV. It's right there on YouTube. It's showing you where the business is being done at. Again, we're not taught government and business. We're taught government and emotions. I don't look at none of that shit that they doing. Ain't nothing that the government gonna do to impact my life. Nothing. Okay? They just talk a lot. They talk a lot. They talk a lot. But as long as you can generate this revenue, you can do whatever you want for your own life. And I've generated the revenue. Can't nobody control my life, so I don't really care what they're talking about. And that's how I need our community to start focusing more, because those things that they're talking about emotionally, they produce a whole lot of revenue. And go get that revenue, then go help your own community out and watch that impact that you make. 10 times better than what the government will ever do. All right. Can you start to qualify? Yes, you can. You, Chris Hassett, did an amazing job. My man, Chris, man. Hey, if you guys have not checked Chris out, guys, definitely go check Chris out on YouTube. Follow you on LinkedIn. I appreciate you following me there. I definitely don't use it all the time. I got to get a little more updated on there. Again, I'm definitely well over time. We usually try to stay on here for an hour, but today was a little great. I appreciate you guys for staying with me. Again, make sure that you guys are liking, subscribing to the channel here. Oh, sorry, let me put me back on the main screen here so you guys can see. Again, I appreciate all of you guys for liking, subscribing to the channel here. If you do want to find out more information about government contracting, I have a free guide that is at puremoneygovcon.com. You can definitely go there. Download that free guide. It'll have the links to a lot of the stuff that I was talking about today. So again, make sure you visit puremoneygovcon.com. When you register there, you'll get access to that free guide, and then you'll see the opportunity to take a look at my course. And by all means, I definitely want you guys to join us in this Pure Money family that we got here with government contracting, because it makes it a whole lot easier when we're working together. Like one beat, one sound, guys. You could do joint ventures, you could do teaming agreements. So it's great to do this amongst a community of like-minded individuals, and we've been providing those individuals to you at puremoneygovcon.com. You'll get access to a private channel, so you'll be able to literally ask questions that may pop up right there in our group. We also have a live Zoom call the last Monday of every month. So if there's some information that still may confuse you right there, just hold off on it. Bring the question. I always say I want you to get extremely selfish on the last Monday of every month. This ain't a Zoom call to help out everybody. This Zoom call is meant to help you out. So I want you to bring your questions, your problems, your issues to the Zoom call. Bring everything but writing a proposal, because I ain't writing a proposal for you. If I write the proposal for you, I'm going to take the contract. So anything else, by all means, make sure that you bring it over there, and we will discuss it on our live Zoom calls. You're also going to get access to a Google Drive that has templates and information in there to help you learn the government contracting process. And most importantly, what you're going to get access to is affiliate commissions. Now, I understand government contracting is not a get-rich-quick thing. And I don't want you to come in here thinking that it's a get-rich-quick thing. But what I am a firm believer of is being an entrepreneur or business owner, that you should generate revenue from two places, and the government don't even want you just generating revenue from them. Instead, you should be generating revenue from the government and from this private sector. And this private sector to me is the internet. So we're also going to make sure that we're showing you how you can resell this exact same course, the information that you're learning from. All you got to do is drop the link to people, and now you can start earning some revenue off of that. So we're going to make sure that you have that as well. And here is a quick look at the Pure Money GovCon back office that you're going to have access to here. As you can see, we have tons of videos right here. This is my favorite section, my cheaters section. Guys, I told you I've been cheating in business for a very long time, and I'm teaching you all how to cheat right here. Also, you're going to get access to all of the agencies. Once you can do the research and find out what agency is spending your money, I mean, just come back here and click on the agency, and I've broken down every agency. So once you find that agency that's spending that money, click on here. It's going to have the people that you need to contact and get in touch with, as well as the forecast for every agency. I have the links already right there, and their performance of how they've been spending money with those small businesses. So by all means, you could check that out. We have links back here for pricing, okay, as well as getting your certifications and things of that nature. It's all right here that you can read through it and get yourself certified, guys. Our meetings, they're all right here the last Monday of every month. You can click there and find out how to get on. And most importantly, I do hold live master classes. Now, the live master classes, they do cost money, but if you want to get on live, they cost money. But as a student, you get an extreme discount to the live classes. Or you can watch them on replay completely included in your package. You just can't get on live. So by all means, every time I make a class, I do put the new class right here that you can go back and watch that. So again, visit puremoneygovcon.com, get signed up. I will warn you that the price does go up every 5 people that purchase. I'm not 100% sure what the price is right now, so do not beat me up over that. I am sorry, but it gives the opportunity for others to generate revenue. Now, I'll tell you, if you sell it 4 times, you absolutely are going to get an education that doesn't cost you $1 because you'll made all your money back. If you sell it 10 times, you've now put some money in your pocket that you can start buying some software and start hiring some help so you can build your business without pulling money out of your pocket. That's the key to all of this. But that's all that I have for you guys today. If you go search on Facebook, find my group, Pure Money Legacy. We have tons and tons of valuable information teaching you how to market and brand your business. Pure Money Legacy on Facebook. Join our group. Again, that's completely for free. All you got to do is spend some of your time in there. Don't forget, like this information, share this information, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel so we can fight the analytics here and more individuals can learn about what we're doing here at the Pure Money Gang. I love you all. I hope that you have an amazing week continuing going forward. And we're going to close it out here with our favorite person, Trey, in our Pure Money song. I love you. I'll talk with you later.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. contract, watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract, watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract, watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag